Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show right here on Main Street TV, where we're going to talk about fishing today, right?
Yep.
No, I think that that's going to be so fun because we're finding out all about fishing, and this is Mr. Liv.
Yep. Mr.
Turner,
Liv.
and of course our sweet Liv over here, and Turner happens to be Liv's fiance. So welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
And congratulations. Are you super excited about getting married?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, for sure.
Good answer.
Yeah. Yep, exactly.
If you answer things like that, then maybe you'll be married for a while.
Yeah.
You got to say all the nice things. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. You are from somewhere else,
Yeah.
right?
I'm from Minnesota, so.
From Minnesota.
Yep, Minnesota. And then moved here to Ohio a couple months ago.
Ohio.
Yeah.
I love it. So
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
So then you moved here not too long ago, right?
Yeah, it's been like,
July.
yeah, July.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. What do you
Yeah.
think of Ohio so far?
It's pretty cool. I do a lot of fishing around here and stuff. I've been almost every lake in 40 miles of here, so.
Did you grow up fishing?
Yeah, I grew up fishing and hunting and doing all kinds of stuff, so.
Okay.
We were driving yesterday, and he was like, "It's so weird just being around mountains." And I'm
Yeah.
like, "That's just a hill, but okay."
Yeah.
The mountains.
Yeah.
Got to get him down to West Virginia, and then we'll show you some mountains
Oh, yeah.
down in Tennessee. So there are not any hills in Minnesota?
No, you
It's
have
pretty
like
flat.
no. It's just up northern Minnesota, up by like Canada and Duluth area. It's just like you have like a little bit of like cliffs and stuff, but it's nothing like
Not like what you see here.
no, not at all.
The rolling hills of southern Ohio.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what, though? It's so funny because, like, when I was in college and would bring friends down here, you know, most of them are from up north or
Yeah.
Columbus or, like, Cleveland or whatever. And they're like, and, I mean, it's not like that up there either. Like, it's flat. And they're
Right.
like, what is going on? And I remember I was dating this kid at the time, and he was from Pittsburgh. And so we were driving down this way. And he was like, what in the HE double hockey sticks is happening right now? All I see is corn and cows. And I was
Yeah.
like, yeah. And he's like, you don't think that's weird? And I was like, no, I don't think that's weird. So anyway, it is kind of funny that just wherever you're from
Yeah.
geographically
Yeah.
speaking. Well, I'll tell you what, we are going to talk about a business that you have going
Yeah.
on. And Liv says she participates in it. She makes the world a more beautiful place by adding color. So
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, we do have a message to play. And then we're going to come back and talk about how we make fishing lures and how you can get them from you, and all about the different ones and what they mean and all that too, right?
Yep.
Okay, we'll be right back after this.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
All right, and we are back with Turner and Liv, and Turner is Liv's fiance, and he just recently moved here from Minnesota, and but no, you started this like company where you're
Yeah.
making these fishing lures and stuff. But how did you get started fishing? Like, was it just kind of like with family or?
Yeah. I've been fishing my whole life, and just family, friends. By myself, grandparents, everybody. So
Is that a Minnesota thing to do, or is it
Yeah.
just something that you're into?
yeah, well, Minnesota's known for like they say the land of 10,000 lakes, but it's more like 30,000 lakes.
And
So-
you iced fish too.
Yeah, and then I also ice fished. So I've driven like 3.5 hours on the ice, and then snowmobiled another 4 hours on the ice, like 7 hours total of just one direction on the ice.
Yeah, on a giant lake.
Yeah, and then like when you're driving over it, you can hear all the cracks and pops of the ice underneath you.
Are you on crack? No.
No, I'm not. But
Why would you drive across a frozen lake?
well, there's a lot of people that do. There's over hundreds, and there's probably 1,000 people on one of the lakes in Minnesota called Lake of the Woods. You can look up photos and stuff too. And
So is it like Grumpy Old Men, where everybody has like their own little like outhouse looking thing that they go
Yeah.
into, and
Yep.
they have their own heaters?
Yep.
And is it really?
Yep.
He showed me.
Yeah. Some of them have like little sleds that pull up over themselves, and then you fish in there with your little propane heater. Some of them are like brand new RVs that just drive on the lake, and then they set on the bottom, and then they have holes in the floor, so you just drill inside the house because there's holes, and then you can fish from like a couch or from a chair inside your RV, and it's like camping.
It is
but-
like Grumpy Old Men.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you seen that movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, he probably is too young to even
No.
know what I'm talking about.
No, I seen. Yeah.
What was it? Catfish? What were they looking for? Hunter. Catfish hunter. They
Yeah.
were looking for. Yeah. Okay, so ice fishing's a completely different situation,
Yeah.
and that's something that we don't do here in Ohio.
Yep.
I don't
figured
think.
out.
Unless
Yep.
you go up north. No.
Can you do it up north?
If you find a lake in
Well, I guess I'll
Cleveland.
find
I just
out
don't-
this year. I'll find out. I'll just start driving around and walking on
Yeah.
ice and see
I
what
guess if a
happens.
pond is shallow enough, you can
Yeah.
ice fish.
Probably.
So tell me, like, what's the point of now that we're talking about it? Like, what's the point of ice fishing, like, versus just fishing where there's no ice?
Well, the difference is for somebody who likes to fish, we just found a way at some point in time in the last 200 years, 300 years, whatever. We found out a way to fish through the lakes instead of waiting until the spring or summer to fish. So there's really no reason or why to go ice fishing.
Other than
but
you're just going
other
through
than
the
you're
ice.
going through to go fishing on the ice.
Well,
really.
here's what I don't understand. So how thick is the ice to keep RVs and stuff up above it?
It's about 3 to 4 feet. of ice.
Thick?
Yeah. Yeah.
How cold does it get in Minnesota?
Last year we hit negative 52. So.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought it was bad here.
When we
Yeah.
got that like foot of snow, I was like, oh my gosh, like everything's closed down. He's like, why?
Yeah, like I drive to work when there's a plow in front of you and a plow behind you, and they're throwing snow at the same time because there's so much snow coming down that you can't see the plow in front of you or behind you.
You know, I guess it's all relative. It's what you're equipped to deal with. I mean,
Yeah.
we don't have any use to have equipment like that here in Ohio, but also when it snows down south, you know,
Yeah.
if it snows in Florida or Tennessee or Georgia or whatever, they're not necessarily equipped to deal with
Yep.
anything, let alone.
Yeah.
So I guess it is just whatever you're equipped for.
Minnesota's known for snow plows because we actually teach almost every airport in the United States that has snow. Mm-hmm. We're the ones they come to us and learn how we do it because we're so
Okay.
efficient and we've done it for so long at like our like airport that other states will come and see how we do it so they can do it to theirs.
Necessity is the mother
Yeah.
of invention, right?
Exactly.
All right. Well, cool. So let's talk about fishing for a minute. When you're ice fishing in Minnesota, what are you fishing for? Just different things,
Yeah,
or
you fish for like walleye, perch, crappies. You can catch bass. You can catch sturgeon, which I have, and you're only fishing with a pole I'd say about maybe 1.5 feet long. And it's so
you just like drop it in the water.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, yep. And then you have these little things called fish finders, is what they're called, and they're like the old school ones that I used to use a lot of. Now they have like 3D imaging, and you can see like the actual fish at the bottom or like trees and stuff now. So when you jig, you can see your lure going up and
that
down.
seems like cheating.
Yeah, but then, but the kind of fish finder that I'm used to is either none at all, or you have like this little bag with this little black dot on like a rope that goes into it, and you put it in the hole, and then you jig with it, and it just sees like it's a circle. And when you see a fish, the circle turns like orange on the bottom or on the sides, so you know that there's a fish near, but you don't know how big it is. So when you see like a lot of them, it's just like 1,000 little orange specks that just fill up the whole screen. And if they're even bigger, like closer, or a big fish, it'll fill the orange on the whole entire bottom. And then that's when you start freaking out because your fish could be like 2 feet long.
I'm gonna get me one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What if the fish is bigger than the hole?
Well, then I've actually had to do that. You actually cut 2 more holes out of the ice right as you're fishing. So you have a guy or whatever, or a girl, or whoever you have with you. And if you have nobody, you're kind of screwed. But but
I could see that.
but if you have not another person, you drill a hole next to it and either make like a triangle of ice holes because they're 8-inch holes. So if you catch something that's bigger than 8-inch diameter. Then you gotta
You
drill.
can't just lube it up and
Nope.
get it through, can you?
No.
No Crisco for
Nope,
that.
nope. So I needed to do that a couple of times because we caught a sturgeon, and that's crazy because a fish like that, on a normal pole you can reel in with whatever you got, like a 12-foot fishing pole. This one you only have like a fishing pole like maybe the size of this mic.
So you're like,
exactly. And the rod's like going all the way down, like you're holding on to the curve of the rod as it's going.
oh my gosh.
And yeah, it's fun. So like a normal sized fish on a rod and reel, normal one, like an 8-footer or 7-footer or 12-footer for like river fishing would be a breeze. This one you got the drag, so a normal fish can take an hour or 2 hours to bring in. And then
That sounds like too much work.
yeah, yeah. And then the hardest part is just getting it out of the hole because around the hole is sharp. And if you,
it would be.
So sometimes you have to stick your whole hand down the hole and like maneuver the line as you're doing it, or have your buddy or person or whatever do it for you.
How do you get a hole drilled through 3 to 4 feet of ice, an 8-inch hole?
You have augers, so you have gas-powered ones with blades that have auger blades.
So is it like a post hole digger that like we would have here to dig into the ground?
Yep, exactly.
It's like that?
Yeah, it's exactly like that, but at the bottom, it's got like kind of a curved point, kind of like a, I don't even know what that would be, but it's like a curved tip, and then there's 2 blades in the center with like sharp little 2 steel blades, and as they spin, it just cuts it like you would like vegetables, and they just make like little slits, and it just keeps on going down and down and down, and then the ice gets augered up around the hole. And then
Wow.
And then you just take a shovel and just clean up the snow around it.
Just like throw it out.
Or you can put the auger in reverse, and it sucks it down through the ice and disperses it under the ice. And then you don't have to clean it up.
See? Now you know.
Yeah.
Because none of us know here because we don't get to ice fish.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about fishing here in Ohio versus fishing in Minnesota. Are the fish the same? Like, are you fishing for the same type thing?
Yeah, Minnesota and Ohio are pretty much the same in terms of fishing. There's just a couple different species that we don't have really. Like, there's a lot of big striped bass around here, which Minnesota doesn't really have a whole lot, especially where I was at. I was in central Minnesota. But for the most part, pretty much all the same fish. There's still sauger, there's still walleye, catfish.
You said a lot of people in Minnesota, though, they don't really fish for catfish.
Yeah, no.
Whereas, like, Ohio, that's what everybody's fishing for.
Yeah, and I don't
Yeah.
understand that because catfish are icky.
Yeah, no, Minnesota's not. Minnesota's known for like walleyes, perch, pike, sturgeon, all different kinds of fish like that. Panfish, we're known for panfish. So like crappies, bluegills, pumpkin seeds, all different kinds.
Pumpkin seed is a fish?
Yeah.
And a crappie?
Crappie, yeah.
I don't know that that's the best name for a fish.
Yeah,
Just saying.
Well, I just am told what I'm told my whole life, I guess. I don't know.
So, what's your favorite kind of like fish to catch? I mean, when you catch them, do you throw them back or do you keep them?
Yeah, except for sometimes for crappies and sometimes for perch and walleyes, especially walleyes. I normally keep walleyes if they're the acceptable length
Size, okay.
to keep. 'Cause I don't keep.
When you're in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Is that different, like from state to state, like how big the fish has to be?
Yeah, it's different because in some states you can keep a 5-inch one if you really want to, which is no point.
Why would you?
And then in some states you can't keep like a 28 or bigger because they want to keep the fish producing, because the older the fish is, the more they weigh and
Okay.
the longer they are. So if you have like a 32-inch walleye, then that's going to be like the grandfather of the...
So it has to be an in-betweener.
Yeah. Yeah,
'Cause
so
once you get
it's
to a
called
certain-
the slot is what it's called. So you have
Okay.
a slot. So normally it's like 14 inches to 26 is your limit of what you can keep, and you can keep up to
The
6.
gap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can keep up to 6 a day.
Okay.
So unless if you're a
Interesting.
person that wants to just cut up your fish and then go fishing again, but that's kind of a loophole, but it's not really the
Oh.
way to do
We
it,
just
but you
don't.
can.
We don't eat fish, so we don't keep them
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
there's no point.
Yeah, the only fish that I eat is the ones that I catch. But around here, I do a lot of river fishing and stuff like in the Ohio River and stuff like that. And I would not
I don't
eat.
know that I would eat anything
Yeah,
that
exactly.
I caught.
Yeah,
exactly.
I told
Let's
my kid
just
don't.
be honest
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah,
I said, do not
exactly.
keep anything from
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, so everything I've caught there, I've thrown back. Especially lakes. The only lakes I'd probably keep fish from is little Lake Erie. That's probably the only lake I would keep fish from.
Are you allowed to keep fish like if? Because I know Hammertown's our water supply and it's really clean.
Yeah,
But are you allowed to keep fish out of that?
I think so.
Yeah, as long as it's not a private pond or like a reserve, like there'll be signs.
Yeah, like Lake Catherine.
Yeah, like
posted.
Lake Catherine,
Yeah.
you can't go fish
Yeah.
unless you have a permit.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, so then it would say like you can only keep whatever type of species, or it'd say catch and release only, or whatever. It guides you, and the DNR page you can look up every lake on the DNR page.
Okay.
In any state, so.
What happens if you break the rules? Like, is that where the game warden comes in?
Yeah.
And they say,
Yeah.
shame on you.
Yeah, the DNR or game warden, whatever you want to call them. They'll come out and they'll check what kind of lures you're using, what kind of bait you're using.
Does that matter? I mean, are there
Yeah,
ones
well,
that are?
Some places.
there's some places and some seasons that you're not allowed to use certain kinds of bait or certain kinds of hooks, like in Yellowstone. You can't use barbed hooks. So like with like the little barb, like every other hook has.
Yeah.
You have to cut them off.
Why?
Because it helps the fish be released easier. And
I guess that makes sense because you think about how many times you've caught a fish over the years and it hooks
Yeah.
in the wrong
Yeah.
spot
Yeah.
and then it's
Less
Yeah.
likely to snag it.
I'm so sorry, buddy.
Yeah, right.
I tried
Yeah, exactly.
to get that out of there for you.
So just like that, there's different areas, different states, different rules for every other state. Minnesota and Ohio are pretty much the same in terms of rules for fishing.
Oh, okay.
Which is nice because I know all Minnesota's rules. I don't know exactly 100%, but I've already been stopped by the game warden in Ohio here.
Oh, really?
Because they drove by and saw my car and it has Minnesota plates.
Oh, they were like, who is
Yeah.
this fella?
Yeah, yeah, and that was at Hammertown too. So
I didn't even know that.
yeah, because they came by and asked me a few questions and asked if I had a fishing license, and I said yeah. And he's like, wow, you bought a year one? And I'm like, yeah, I just moved here, so I bought a year one, which is not cheap either because I'm out of state. So I had to pay out-of-state fishing license.
Yeah.
And then I also had to pay out-of-state hunting license this year, which is even more.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
And let's talk about licenses for a minute. Don't be messing around out there without one, right?
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah,
That's
like
a
if
big
you don't
fat
have
no-no.
one. Yeah, no, if you don't have one, it's...
Yeah.
You're going to end up in court probably.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know-
you also get fined.
Yeah.
And if you're hunting, that's even bigger than fishing. Fishing isn't really... It's a big deal, but there's less consequences. But if you're hunting without a permit or a license, you can lose your gun, you can lose whatever, you can lose your truck, you can lose anything.
Oh, my.
So
Yeah, don't do that.
yeah,
Not good.
yeah.
Well, let's talk about, how to fish. And you brought some examples of lures here that you
Yep.
make, which is
Yep.
really super cool. How long have you been doing that?
That's been what, like 2-3 months now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
when
been
you
like
started TikTok.
two or 3 months ago, and then I started a TikTok where I fish with my lures and talk about the outdoors and show different areas of Ohio and Minnesota on my TikTok. So that's been doing pretty good. I'm almost to 5,000 followers.
That's awesome.
So so I've been trying to expand on that, and then I also came up with making baits because I've seen people do it, and I was like, I might as well do it. I don't see much people around Jackson and different areas doing it. So I was like, I might as well try it, and I got quite the stock, and I figured out how to make them. And she colors them really good and makes all different kinds of colors.
Makes them all pretty and
Yep,
stuff.
Exactly.
That's so girly.
Yeah, we get to use glitter too.
And you get to use glitter.
Yeah,
I mean, who doesn't love glitter?
Glitter and color and and she's over there just mixing in a little cup and with the plastic, and she mixes it all in, and it's hot too. It's up to 350 degrees.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So then you don't want that stuff on you because it's plastic and it'll stay on you until
Your
it cools.
skin will not remove, or your skin will remove with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so do fish see colors? Or are these just colored the way that they are because Liv thinks they're pretty?
No, fish can see color, certain colors. They're not like our color schemes. Like they don't see like certain temperature of color. They don't see a certain pigment of color. But they can see color, but their like blues are like almost identical to all blue. So like if they see...
So
like
blue is blue.
Yeah, so blue is blue. Then you got like yellow is yellow, and just basic colors. They don't see like if you said turquoise was turquoise, they'd just see blue. It'd just be a little lighter or darker blue to them.
And fish like shiny things,
Yeah.
so that's why we add glitter.
Yeah.
So, funny story about that. My friend has a lake house up at Apple Valley Lake, which I didn't even know was a thing, but it's really cool. But you have to live there to be able to get onto the lake. And then, like, the houses surround the lake.
Yeah, it's like landlocked or whatever you call that.
So some of our girlfriends from college went up there one day for the weekend, and we were all out, bobbing around on that lily pad mat thing that people have off their boats, and all of a sudden my one friend Marcy is like, and then, and we're like, what is wrong? She's like, this fish keeps biting me. I don't know. And she had like a little bead on her bathing suit right there. It was like silver or gold. I can't remember what. And those fish, they kept biting her rear end the whole time we were there because they were shiny.
Yeah, that's exactly.
It got to be hysterical because, I mean,
I bet.
Poor thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly why some of the baits that we have, and I'll show in a little bit, they have they have like the dots on the tips of it, so like the beads at the tip of the tails.
Okay.
So when you put the hook through the front, then they just hook goes through the front, and then the tail hangs out back of it. So when you're jigging it, it moves the tail up and down.
It looks like a little fish.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Awesome. Well, how did you know how to even do this stuff? Like, how did you get started?
YouTube, TikTok, and a lot of trial and error because it's temperature based. So if you don't have it too hot, it won't pour in the molds correctly, and then your molds come out half done or not even reach it past here.
Gotcha.
So you're just doing nothing. Then the other molds, you can do different kinds, but yeah, it's all temperature based. So you want to pour about 305 to 310 degrees Fahrenheit, and we have like a little thermal
Gun,
like
a little
thermometer thing, and that tells us the temperature or the rough temperature.
Because you don't want to just stick your finger in there, right?
No. I got plastic. Her brother got plastic on him because he
decided not to wear their gloves.
Not to wear gloves, so he got.
That's so boys for you.
So when he was mixing it, he got touched by it, and it swelled up his pinky because he burnt the pinky because he's stuck in the plastic, and then it stays on there until it cools, and then you have to pull it off.
I said, I told you to wear gloves.
Yeah. So it's super hot. Like I can feel it through my gloves because the max amount of temperature you can do is like 350 degrees
Before
or
it burns.
360 before it burns.
Okay.
And that's like excessive. Like you never want to be up that high, or it changes the color of your baits too.
Okay.
So
do different fish like different colors, and do
Yeah.
different fish like different
Styles. Yep.
of these?
Yeah, like this one here is like the paddle tail that we have, and these are for like bass and other like pikes and stuff. So you just have the hook up through the front, and when you're jigging it.
When you say jigging, what does that mean?
Jigging is just like up and down.
Oh, okay.
Doing this with your pole.
Or
Okay.
or like reeling and then jigging and then reeling
Okay.
and jigging. But yeah,
So it's just flopping around
yeah,
all over the place.
yeah. And for these
like
these
fish
ones,
fun.
yeah, exactly. And then for like these ones here, the ones over there on the right, they just
It looks like they're swimming.
like
what the paddle tails do.
Like the tails just go like
Yeah, go like crazy.
like that. And then these are called Senkos, Senko worms, which are the two other photos on the left there. And these ones are for like bass, and you can catch crappies and other kinds of fish, but these are mostly for bass. These Senkos are.
Okay.
And these can be any color, and they can be up to 2 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches, and 6 inches long.
Depending on what size fish you're trying to
Ours
catch,
are,
right?
ours are 4 inches.
Yeah,
right
and
now.
then
Okay.
ours are 4 inches. That's the main one. Most of the time you catch fish with the 4-inch ones. So you can do different color, different lengths, different consistencies. I try to figure out that mine, I like to keep a little floppy so it works a lot better and it's more maneuverable in the water.
Yeah.
Because then you have more action.
Yeah.
Instead of just being like a board. And then if you jig, it's just going to move without being bendy.
Yeah.
So, and then there's different colors that we do and other kinds. And then we got like these ones here.
I also get to name them.
Yeah, and then she gets to name them too, so the colors. But yeah, those are their different colors, different pigments used.
Ew, look at the one on the left.
Yeah.
That's fun.
That one's called Jeepers because that's
Yeah.
my favorite word he says.
Yeah, I say Jeepers Creepers. That's exactly what I say.
It's so sparkly.
Yeah, and then this is like what I was talking about. So this is the
Okay.
jig that you just make in here, and it's just got this little long tail with the bead on the end
It's
of
like
it.
a tadpole.
Yeah,
Yep.
and then you can feel that too. It's kind of a weird texture. It's like jelly, and
It is.
yeah, and it's plastic. And it all starts by like a milky white color that comes in these gallon jugs. You can buy 5-gallon jugs.
What is that?
This is
Liquid plastic.
This is liquid,
Liquid
plastic.
plastic, okay.
It's plastisol is what it's called.
Okay.
Expensive.
Yeah. It's a very expensive. This is the most expensive part of making the bait, and but as you can see, it's like a milky color. It's just like the color of this jug.
Yeah.
And when you heat it to over 250 degrees, it turns crystal clear.
Oh, okay.
So
cool.
you can see right through it. So you know it's not mixed enough when you can still see like a foggy pigment.
Gotcha.
And this is like the most expensive part of the job is this, because this
Per
gets
gallon,
to
like
gets to
that?
be like
$50.
Yeah,
Oh
$50.
my gosh.
Yeah, it's $50 per jug, and it makes quite a bit. Like this was made like hundreds
Yeah.
plus some, and then
What's really nice about it though is like if you mess up, everything remelts.
Yeah.
Like those I could remelt.
Yeah, so I could.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so I could take all of these that I have here, like all of our baits here that we have, and I could put them in a cup and reheat all of it and mix it, and it would just make like a kind of a dark red or
Yeah, like
brown or
whatever those
whatever.
colors mixed together would be.
So then it would make that, and then after that's done, we can add a little bit more color because we use.
So that's what I was going to say. I see you
Yeah.
have all these color bottles over here.
Yeah, we just actually got this
Yesterday, 'cause we ran out of pigments.
So then it works for today. But yeah, you can just have all your pigments and stuff.
Is that a specialty fish lure pigment, or is it?
No, this is just regular resin that you can buy
Yeah.
at Hobby Lobby
We
or a
learned
craft
that.
shop.
We
or
learned that
whatever.
resin works
Yeah.
instead
Okay.
of buying
Yeah.
because they have certain ones, but they're really expensive.
Yeah.
And there's no sense in you don't have to use
Yeah.
them.
Those
Yeah.
work just fine.
Yeah, and they actually sell these in bait making starter kits
Yeah.
for the cheaper end of it, because you can do like this has like fire opal, golden yellow, bright green, orange,
Yeah.
white, tawny, tiger eye. Just got
Ooh, cool.
different colors and then different styles of glitter.
open,
So
be
like
careful.
these ones here, I didn't bring any other ones, but
Yeah, we just
like
got the
these are
fine
more
one.
fine glitter. So you can do any color you want, glitter inside. So you can do orange with
Because
purple glitter.
fish like shiny
Yeah.
things,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So,
So-
you want them to be glittery.
Yeah, and then
And then we can also do like two colors on one. Like
Oh.
so like here I got.
we
this
did
one.
like a light pink and a dark pink,
So
and it's
kinda
Oh,
called
like-
I see.
Yeah.
It looks like a gummy worm.
so kind of like that. So it's half. It's got a blue tip, and then it's
Can you
got
see?
a red.
I don't know if you can.
Yeah, I don't think you can see it. You can see
Yeah,
kind of
there
the
you go.
blue. Yeah, you can see the blue tip, and then here's one with like the.
Ugh, it feels weird. Not nearly
Yeah.
as weird as a
Then
real
here's one with
worm.
glitter.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, yeah. So you got like the blue tip,
Here, you can hold that one too up.
and then one with glitter
It's,
too.
like,
so.
super
So we
glittery.
made one that was like a light pink and then like a hot pink,
Yeah.
and I named it Barbie's Dream House.
Oh, love that.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah,
made fun of
so
me.
so then you can do
Fun.
different colors of glitter per different color. You can do all kinds of stuff, and it's just got different consistencies, and you can add salt to them, and it makes
Salt?
salt like just regular cooking salt, like just fine salt.
What does that do?
It adds the weight and more of a taste to the lure, to the fish. So when you throw it in the water, the pores of the plastic absorb the salt, so it weighs it down so you can sink faster. So the more salt you add per batch, the faster it goes in the water, because you can't just change plastic just by heating it or by mixing colors.
You
So
gotta
have to
add stuff to it.
something, but then you have rules against what you can put in here too. Like you can, like you gotta be like you can't put any kind of stuff in here. It's gotta be like natural or close to being natural. So like salt is like the only thing you can put in here.
So it
And-
won't hurt the fish.
Yeah.
But it's
And-
okay to use liquid plastic.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes
exactly.
no
But
sense.
yeah, exactly. But these are the plastic salt that's used is biodegradable, but
Okay.
lasts long enough for you to fish with. So it takes like I think like a month of in constant water,
For it to.
and then it dissolves.
So what? How long would one of these lures last? Like, do the fish clamp onto them and
Yeah.
bite them in half and stuff?
Yeah.
So
They
that
can.
Yeah, they
you probably
they
go through a
can.
lot of them, don't
Yeah,
you?
well, sometimes if you catch a bass, they'll just go for the back end tail part of it, or they'll just go right to the hook. And if you set it good enough and they like it enough, they'll just go for the hook and like because the hook's inside, so you just have like you can see like the edge of the hook, and it goes to the line, and then the point of the hook is inside. It's called a Texas rig style, and then that's just like a way to fish these Senkos, and then that just makes it so it's weedless, so you can't get caught on weeds. So like if you throw it in cattails where the bass are, because bass are predatory fish, so they only stay in shallow. You can find deep bass, but that's a whole different story. But the bass around here, bass in Minnesota, most bass everywhere. You see guys on boats or girls or whatever biking, going across like shorelines, and they're casting near docks, near trees, near like kind of swamp water.
Okay.
That's because that's where bass live, and they like to stay because it's sheltered and shaded. So like cattails, like you can throw these worms right on a cattail, reel in, they'll fall off the cattail, and then you can reel it up, it goes up on another cattail, falls down, and they'll bite it as it falls down off the cattail.
Oh, because they think it's like
Yeah.
falling from the.
I've seen him like cast into a tree and it would come out just fine.
Yeah, like
doesn't
I've
destroy nothing.
I've accidentally cast it into trees and stuff, and as long as you reel it good enough and it don't wrap itself around, the second it wraps itself around, you gotta cut it or climb a
Yeah.
tree or whatever. But yeah,
Climb a tree?
yeah,
No thanks.
Which
Pass.
Which I did have one of my favorite colors in Minnesota, but I didn't make it yet at the time. But I was for like a frog lure, so it looked like a frog, and it's got like 2 hooks in the back of the frog, and then the legs are like little plastic spongy legs. So as you're pulling it across the water, it fans out and looks like a frog swimming. And that's like a $10 lure.
Is that the one you jumped in for?
Yeah, and I jumped, and I got caught. I got caught on the weeds, like down a little ways from where I was fishing off of a dock. So I just took off my shoes, my shirt, jumped in, swam for it because I broke my line trying to get it because it just was too hard. So I snapped the line. So I jumped out there, swam for it, grabbed it, and put it back on and used it because it's like a $12, $10 lure. So I was like, I'm not buying a new one.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of that, how do people purchase the stuff that you're making? And I guess that would be question number one.
Well,
or find you to do so.
I got a website. It's tealoutdoorsbaitco.com. and so that's our website, Teal Outdoors, TLO Outdoors, at online. You can just look up that. We have that all said and done. And then I also have a TikTok page, which is TLO Outdoors, and so it's just
Teal Outdoors.
Yeah, Teal Outdoors, and
we're on TikTok Shop.
Yeah, on TikTok Shop too. So if you're a TikToker, person that likes to scroll, and you can just go on the shop and look up my Teal Outdoors, and we're right there. And we got different colors. We have all our colors posted that we have in stock, so you can go in there and buy it. If you do more than 3 orders or whatever, it's free shipping. So it's all planned out, and we can also make whatever color you want also, because we can do any color, any 2 colors, 3
So we
colors.
can customize it if you want.
Yeah, so like if you want orange with blue.
Yeah, if you want a Cincinnati Bengals lure or something, like
Exactly.
seriously, like so
Yeah.
you could do that for them.
Yeah.
I wanted to, but he told me I'm not allowed
Yeah.
because
Well,
he's
we'll
a
talk about
Vikings
that
fan.
later.
Yeah, but yeah, and then all of it's just made through these. So every single thing that we make is through
Those molds.
these molds. So they're just pretty much, they just look like the fish. You can't really see it.
So
that
you
well, but-
pour the liquid into the molds.
Yeah. So when it's hot, you have it clamped. You have it clamped down on like the things. Here, you can show that one, I guess. Get on him.
How does
Yeah.
Those ones are better.
so you pour it in there, and then you have to wait for it to cool, I would
Yeah.
assume.
It really
Yeah.
won't take that long.
Yeah,
Okay.
it takes.
Takes maybe
so
2 minutes.
yeah, so exactly like that. And then if you close it, there's 2 holes that are where you pour it into. Yeah, and then those are where you pour it into. And then we have a thing called an injector, which is basically a overhyped syringe.
A metal syringe.
Okay.
Basically.
Like a turkey.
Yeah, it's basically
a
like
deep fried turkey injector.
Yeah, but it's like that, and then these are all clamped in. You can have 20, 30, 100, whatever you want, as long as they're clamped in enough to seal it, and then you just pour. You just take your thing and just push in.
So then
and
it
push
just
in.
that just doesn't seem like that would work.
Yeah,
But it obviously
but
does.
yeah, it does. And if you push too hard without having the right clamps,
leak out.
you can blow right through the bottom of it.
I can see that.
And then they all connect and stuff. So then you got to spend time peeling off the excess plastic off of every single one.
That sounds horrible.
Because they all connected. But if you know how to pour it, which I've finally mastered over time of doing it, is then when you open up the mold, they come right out. And they're not connected because they're gapped for each one. They're gapped enough. So,
Yeah.
But if you press it too hard, you'll have them all like connected, but it'd be like a thin layer of plastic that covers all of them. So, and it's clear, or the color of the plastic.
Yeah. And you can add like scents to it. So like you can have it
Yeah.
smell like garlic or
Yeah.
worm oil or
Yeah.
Worm oil.
Yeah, worm oil.
Stop it.
Yeah, and that's
we
actually
didn't
not.
add them to these.
Yeah, we didn't
Ew.
add it to these ones.
Thank
but
God.
Yeah, but yeah, worm oil. It doesn't really smell anything like anything. It's just very.
We kind of use it like a Pam, like in You know,
Yeah,
like spray
Oh,
paint.
it's
gotcha.
kind of like Pam for these because sometimes if you get a new mold,
Or
they
if it's a
will
stone mold.
yeah, or as we figured out too, the cheaper you get, you have just like top pouring ones, which are like kind of like it's like a gelatin plastic or whatever that you just directly pour on it and it makes baits and then they cool and then you just fold the plastic and pull them out. That's the little bit more cheaper way. And then you have the stone ones, which we started off with, and then you hand poured those, so you just get the glass and then you just pour it in there and then cool. She got really good at that. And but yeah, and
Sounds
then,
really tedious.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
because it
then-
only made 3 at a time.
yeah,
too.
I made 3 at a time. So you're making all this, and but then I started looking. I'm like, I'm gonna invest in a little bit more because I sold like quite a bit of
Well,
what I had.
you were making some money on TikTok. so-
Yeah, and
How do you where do you find molds? Like fishluremolds.com
no,
or what?
there's
Lure work.
yeah,
is one of them.
there's Lureworks, there's Do It Molds, there's
Amazon.
Amazon, there's
Well, of course.
yeah,
Why not?
Yeah, and then there's like Barlow's bait and tackle. They sell them. That's where I got these because these aren't cheap either. Just one of these is $45
Oh wow.
for one,
Yeah.
and
That's
then
an investment.
yeah. So and then I would like to get more of these ones because these make 4 worms at a time, but I can produce about 20 to 30 worms an hour. So that's about
So-
3 bags.
And I would think like it's not like, oh, I'm going to make 5 worms today. Like if you're going to do it, you're going to
Yeah.
get all the stuff out and
Yeah, exactly.
make some batches of
yeah.
it, right?
Yep. And
Interesting.
Then, yeah, and then these are pretty nice too because these just screw right in. There's 2 screws, and then you just pour it in here, and then you just open it up, and they normally come off as you're lifting them, and then you
Yeah.
just peel off on all of these styles. It comes with like a little excess in the center,
Yeah.
which connects all
It
of them.
holds everything
Yeah.
And we
together.
add that excess to like a bucket, and then we remelt it all.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we get it's just like a darker color.
Yeah.
thing. So that's why we normally stick like if we're making it from scratch, we stick with lighter colors.
Yeah. Because you can always add too. You can't take
our,
away.
Yeah.
Like our bright orange that you can see on the camera. And, yeah, exactly. And then we got like bright red, which you can see, which matches your main street.
It
one.
does, yes.
But yeah, and then we can do any color, and it's all plastic, and we can remelt, or we can use our plastisol or jug to make
Who knew?
to make brand new colors. So like whatever color you want, we can make.
Even a Barbie one.
Yeah, so it's just TL Outdoors on TikTok. I go live every night at 8 or 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern.
He's starting a podcast with a few
Yeah,
other
and
TikTokers
then,
too.
Yeah, and then I'm starting a podcast on with a few other of my buddies on TikTok. So I'm doing that. It's gonna be called Beyond the Bank.
Love
is,
it.
Is the name of it. So
That's awesome.
yeah, but other than that, it's just pretty much just fishing and just trying out my lures. I've already caught quite a bit of fish on my lures, which was nice. It's all been documented on TikTok, so you can see
You must
me
be
catch
doing
it.
something right.
Yeah, so
Very cool. Well, this has been really fun. Thank you for stopping by
yeah,
this
thank
morning.
you for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, if you need to get hold of Turner, you can visit TL Outdoors on TikTok. Probably the easiest way to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Or you can call here and
Yeah,
find Liv.
or
you know.
or just go on tealoutdoorsbaitcode.com, and that's our website. So
Okay.
it has the exact same stuff as TikTok does.
Very good.
So and then we're gonna soon have a YouTube and podcast, so it'll be awesome.
Love it. Good job. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, Pete Wilson just walked in the house, so we have some news coming up. And we'll let Turner and Liv get back to their normal day. And we appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course. All right, well, I'll tell you what, we have some messages, and we'll be back with Pete Wilson in just a moment.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
All right, and we are back with Pete Wilson, who has on his Jackson Ironman red shirt, which means football Friday night, I assume.
Right. It could be some confusion because Hillsborough has the same color.
Uh-oh.
So that's where we go tonight. So it'll be a lot of red.
Are you cheating?
A lot of red.
There will be a lot of red.
Their red might be just a little different. So,
Okay.
well, anyway, I know who I'm for.
Yeah, we know.
All right, but anyway, we want to talk about the sports, but we're going to talk about some news first.
Yeah.
Last night at Manpower Park, there was what was called a candlelight vigil for the late Charlie Kirk. And I attended that. We'll be writing up a news story. And I've got something out on the radio here today and a little bit more in depth in the paper Wednesday. But let me tell you, it was a real nice event. Adrian's going to put up some pictures on this. But let me tell you, about 250 to 300 people turned out for that last
No
night.
way.
And as you
Wow.
can see, this is Harold and Alice Newkirk. They got an umbrella up because it started to rain. Very light rain at the beginning, not enough for some people to even put their umbrellas up, but then it picked up a little bit. Not too hard to chase people, but even during the rain, people stayed.
Sure.
And so, there's been a lot of demonstrations, tributes, picketing or whatever all along Manpower Park through this or that. This is the largest I've seen in 2 or 3 years, even though there's been some others too that had a lot, but this had the most. And it really wasn't organized until 2 or 3 days ago with one little Facebook post. And then, of course, we had a little short in the paper because we didn't know a whole lot about it. But people just kept coming, and they stayed even through the rain. That is Joni Gillum. A lot of people know Joni. She's, the wife of David Gillum, who has the funeral homes here in Jackson County. She's a very good and intense singer with the Elevate Ministry singers. She sings a lot, and David, by the way, I think you can see him just a little bit there in the back on doing the instrumental on the. I believe that's a guitar.
Yeah, they're a good pair.
Yeah, and so she did some singing, and so did Alicia Shepard. She was with her, and these were two of the folks that had Charlie Kirk T-shirts on. I had them turn around because the big message was on the back. It says, "Thank you, Charlie 31." I assume that is because of his age when he was killed. True patriot, and then his birth and death years. But Charlie Kirk, for the ones who may not know, it would be hard not to know.
I was going to say, unless
you're in the news,
lived under a rock.
He was a conservative political activist who became nationally famous, even before this awful assassination a week ago Wednesday. He did a lot of work on college campuses. He started a group called Turning Point, which, the point of it was to get across some conservative views, but also mixed with a message of Christianity. And so Lorinda Newkirk here in Jackson decided there should be an event in Jackson, a candlelight vigil. Michael Perkins, who is a prominent member of the Jackson County Republican Party and also of the Jackson First Church of the Nazarene, jumped on board and knows a lot of folks. He helped organize the thing. And so we had several pastors speaking and people that may not have been pastors. We had, some singing, the Elevate Ministries there. And then at the end, there was a candlelight vigil. It lasted about an hour and 15 minutes. And I do want to say this. I try to stay, and I do stay, as far as I'm concerned, very objective in covering the news. But this was not, even with the polarized political situation we have.
It is very.
This was not political. Maybe a lot of folks thought it might be partially that way because of the polarization we have left and right. And Charlie Kirk was certainly on the right. But this was spiritual. This was spiritual, whether you're religious or not, whether you're a strong Christian or not. You would have to, I think, appreciate the sincerity that I saw there last night from the folks. There was no politics. There was no negativity. There was no anger. It was all. It was all.
That's great.
It was all about espousing Charlie Kirk's embracing of Christianity and urging people to do the same. Lead a Christian life and have an evangelical zeal to lead others to Christ. And so, once again, about 250 to 300 people there last night, and we will be reporting on that in the Telegram with those pictures and some several others.
Interesting.
Some of the people involved. There's going to be another event today. Red Thompson Jr. will be there up in Vinton County. The Vinton County Historical and Genealogical Society does this every year. It can vary when it is. This year, it's at the end of September, 11 a.m. at the Hickson Cemetery. That is on State Route 93, just north of Dundas before you get to MacArthur. They are going to lay a memorial wreath at the grave of Pete Abley. Homer Pete Abley was a very well-known Vinton Countyan, passed now, of course. There he is, right there. His son, who is also Pete Abley, is a court of appeals judge in the 4th District. I believe he lives in Athens now, but he has Vinton County roots as well. But Homer Pete Abley was in politics. He was also an appeals court judge, and every year the Vinton County Historical and Genealogical Society lays a wreath at the grave of a prominent person, with Vinton County roots. And this year, Pete Abley gets that honor. And so, very brief ceremony, but very reverential. Joyce Peters and Deanna Tribe and those folks that do that upright. And I know that we will receive more information on Pete Abley, a biography that we will put with coverage of the actual event. And there's still time to get there. Weather has cleared up. Weather should be good the rest of the day. 11 a.m. at the Hickson Cemetery. If you don't know where that is, on State Route 93. I believe if you're going north, it will be on the left side of the highway. So we will have coverage of that as well. Also, we had the Jackson Apple Festival Band Show last Saturday. This Saturday, we have the Oak Hill Band Show. And that Bryce Lawrence, who of course does a great job as the band director in Vinton County, started this, and this is the 20th anniversary band show. And we have a picture there of the Oak Hill band that Adrian, if you put that up for us. The Oak Hill band, for a fairly small high school, has a large band. I know at one time they were up to about 80 members.
Yeah.
And I think they're maybe 60 right now, something like that. But the band will be along with other bands, and they will perform starting at 7 o'clock there at the Davis Stadium.
Okay.
And you can get tickets in advance. They're a little cheaper if you get them online. Today would probably be the last chance there through the school website. And then on Saturday at the gate, they will cost $10. It'll all start at 7 o'clock. The Oak Hill Band will start it off with kind of like a pregame. They'll do what they call pray to bands. They'll all pray by so you can see who they all are. And then after, the Oak Hill Band does what is called, I guess, a pregame. The bands will go in succession. The other local band there is the Jackson Marching Ironmen, and they, I believe, will perform first in the other bands. And the Oak Hill Band will do the finale show at the end, and they always come up with something special, of course.
Now, do they do that rain or shine, or how does that work?
I've never seen it canceled. I think they would do it in the rain.
Okay.
Nobody should be out in a thunderstorm or anything. No.
So yeah.
we hope that
we have a little drizzle or something.
We hope that doesn't happen. Okay, a few other things to tell you about as we're going to run out of time here, because we do have a lot to talk about on the sports side too. And let's just go ahead and get to that, because there'll be new sports stuff when we come roll around the next week. Last night, the Jackson High School soccer team, the boys soccer team, won a championship. Here they are, right there. That is Coach Lee Lord. He has coached through a while at Jackson. He had a tri-championship, I think, in 2020. Well, last night they defeated Greenfield McLean in a Frontier Athletic Conference game 9-1. That is a high score for soccer.
Yeah.
And that kept them undefeated in the FAC, which is the acronym for the Frontier Athletic Conference. They still have 2 games to go, but they must have a lead of greater than 2 games because they clinched an outright championship.
Okay.
Their next goal is to win their last 2 conference games and get what is called the gold ball. That goes to any team in any sport in the FAC that wins all their conference games. So Jackson overall is 9-1. They've only lost 1 game this year. I believe it was almost at the very start of the season against Albany Alexander, which of course has a good soccer team. And so congratulations to Coach Lee Lord. Todd Compton was here about all night, and Red Thompson Jr. was here half the night. He covered the soccer games, the boys and girls soccer games, and that will be part of our sports coverage that will be in Saturday's paper. Another big story that will be in Saturday's paper on the sports page, the Oak Hill Oaks played Thursday night instead of Friday night. Remember, we told you because the officiating crew scheduled for Friday night couldn't do it, and when they got somebody else, it had to be on Thursday because they were busy on Friday. Well, let me tell you what, I don't know whether that had anything to do with this, but Oak Hill won its first game of the season last night.
Woohoo!
They defeated Waverly 13-12. Very
close one.
Obviously, a very close game. Could have gone either way. Waverly was driving for what could have been the winning touchdown and the winning field goal with about 1 or 2 minutes to go. They were on the 14-yard line, and the quarterback went to pass, and Dylan Comer came unblocked from the end, hit the quarterback. He fumbled. Oak Hill recovered, and that secured the win for Oak Hill, 13-12. So congratulations to head coach Jason Fitzhugh and all the Oaks. They've had some tough games this year. This is the first win they've had since early in the 2024 season. Not only their first win of the season, but broke a 13-game losing streak.
Oh, right.
And the lesson there is to hang in there.
Yep, it sure is.
Because Waverly is not as good as they usually are, but they've had a good football program, and they were favored to go into Oak Hill and have their way, and they did not.
Okay.
All right, speaking of football, of course, the rest of our local teams will be in action this evening. The Jackson Ironmen, we talked about, they'll be going to Hillsboro to play the Indians. And this is a big game for Jackson. It's the first game in the Frontier Athletic Conference. Hillsboro is 4-1. Jackson is 3-2. The Ironmen are defending champions, but, they got beat pretty bad by Ironton last week. They didn't have their quarterback, Bodie Wolford. I don't think he'll play tonight either, as he's recovered from an arm injury.
Okay.
But if Jackson is to defend their FAC title, they'll have to show they've got the right stuff starting tonight on the road against an improved Hillsboro team who is, as I said, 4-1. So we'll see what happens there. The Wellston Golden Rockets have lost 4 in a row, but they hope to get on the winning track tonight at home against River Valley. And also the Vinton County Vikings have not won a game, come close a couple times. They will be playing at Albany Alexander tonight. Both the Wellston and the Vinton County games are TVC Ohio games. Every game of our local teams in Jackson, Vinton County, always on the radio. Home games are streamed. So that means that tonight's game at Wellston will be streamed as well. A couple other things in the community to talk about, non-sports. Wilkesville will have a Community Day celebration tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. It will be at the Park Shelter House.
Fun.
Free food, drinks will be provided by Anchor Addiction and Wellness Center. Part of the event will be an orientation of the services offered by Anchor Addiction and Wellness Center. And the mayor, Matt Smith, invites everybody to come out and have a nice day. Also, the Jackson Area Family Activity Center, they have a new program that just started up a week or so ago. It's called the Sunday Playgroup Program, and it will be going on this Sunday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. This is an open play program that allows children to interact and play with other children while adults can also socialize and meet. Sounds like a nice event for a Sunday. The playgroup provides a safe space and variety of activities: basketball, volleyball, kickball, dodgeball, jump rope, hula hoops, collaring, an activity table, and much more. Sounds like fun.
Sounds like fun. I want to do that. Don't you, Pete?
Fun. At the price to attend is $6 for non-members, and if you're a member, it doesn't cost you a red cent. The gym will be split in half, and so they'll have age groupings of 2 to 7 on one half of the gym and 7 to 12 on the other. So
nice.
Please do take advantage of that. The folks at the Jackson Area Family Activities Center, which is the successor program to the Y, they really need local support to continue to do the things they do.
Yep.
So, and you don't have to be a member to participate.
Yep.
All right. Also, with the maiden name of Davis, I know you appreciate the Welsh,
Yep.
Jennifer. And one of the big Welsh events locally will take place this Sunday. It is the Gamonfa. The Gamonfa Ganny. I think I said that right. If Dan Robotham is
Yeah, we
watching,
need Dan here.
he should call and say that I got it wrong. I think that's right. The Gamonfa Ganny. It will be at the Tin Rose Church, which is in Madison Township, east of Oak Hill. The director for the event will be the Reverend Joe Kerbin. Stevie Jarvis will be the accompanist. There's lots of music, lots of preaching, and lots of appreciation of Welsh culture and heritage. Refreshments will be served in the shelter house
Cool.
following the event. You don't have to be Welsh to go. This will take place once again, 1:30 p.m. at the Tin Rose Church. It will go about 2 hours, and then, as I said, a social time in the shelter house afterward.
Very good.
So there you go.
A lot going on, as it always is. Yes.
Always.
All right. Well, thank you, Pete, for stopping by. We greatly appreciate it. And good luck to all of our local teams here. I hope everybody comes out safe and maybe some wins as well.
Right.
Why not? All right. Well, have a great weekend. And the weather looks like it's going to be very nice. Temperatures are around 80. So not too shabby for this time of the year. We'll take it. Have a great day and weekend, and we'll see you back here on Monday. Thanks for watching.
Thanks.
Bye.